Welcome to Power King. I'm Daniel, a software engineer at Microsoft, ex-software engineer at Amazon and eBay, and also a software engineering mentor at 2 educational startups. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to learn to code quickly and easily while having fun learning. Just to give you a quick answer, I honestly find building a website to be the best way to achieve this goal. Why? Well, think about it like this. The best way to get better at gaming is to play games. The best way to get better at snowboarding is to go snowboarding. And of course, the best way to get better at cooking is to cook yourself. You see what I'm getting at? Likewise, the best way to get better at coding is to code. Sure, reading books, following online tutorials, watching YouTube videos will help you get somewhere, but not as quickly and as far as doing it yourself. In the past, I have done game development, Windows development, mobile development, and have written many apps, etc. But of all those, I find web development to be the best, easiest, most useful, fun, and exciting way to get better at coding. It will also help you build a strong yet effective portfolio along the way, which you can use for job searching or to simply show off. Do you want to be the next top coder? Then make sure to watch this video until the end because I will 1. Recommend some programming languages, 2. Share where to find good free online resources, 3. Give suggestions on the specific kind of project you should build for your portfolio, 4. Show what I built for myself, 5. Close off by sharing why this is important. Enough talking, let's dive into them. So 1. Programming languages. The very first programming language that you should befriend is JavaScript. There are a number of important reasons why you should learn and master JavaScript. First, according to Stack Overflow, it's the most commonly used programming language for 9 years in a row. Second, it's essential in developing web frontends such as frameworks like React. Third, you can become a full-stack developer by using Node.js as your backend framework. This also means that JavaScript can pretty much be the only language you need to build an entire app. The next languages you should know are HTML and CSS. These are the ones responsible for putting up the designs, the visuals on your screen, making them look pretty and user-friendly. If by any chance you'd like to acquire just one more programming language skill, then I recommend Python. It's the third most commonly used programming language according to Stack Overflow, and one that's one of the most popular and easiest to learn. You can use Python's web frameworks such as Django and Flask to build the backend too, allowing you to spin up a full-stack web app with JavaScript on the front and Python on the back. Besides, being multilingual in the world of software engineering is an important skill, so it's definitely something that's worth considering. 2. Where to find the resources. It's year 2021, and are you still relying on books? Well, there are a number of free options online if you do some Googling, like W3 Schools and other people's blogs, but forget even those. Just watch YouTube. There are thousands of exceptional YouTube tutorials on these programming languages for free. I honestly believe that nowadays YouTube should be the #1 place to go to learn anything basic, including programming. Just search for how to HTML, how to CSS, how to JavaScript, etc. and watch the one with the most views or most subscribers. They have 1 million views and subscribers for a good reason. And what's there to lose? They're all free. Here's my suggested curriculum. Search and learn these in order: HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, JS DOM, React, Node, and MongoDB. And if you're interested, Python in Django or Flask. 3. What kind of project should you build? Let me first give you an example of what you should not build. Don't create a project that simply does the basic CRUD: create, read, update, and delete. The reason is simple. It doesn't have any purpose nor value other than prove the fact that you've done your homework. Do either one of these two. 1. Solve a real-world problem. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to go and build the next Amazon, Facebook, or Google all by yourself. Rather, can you help build a simple website for a small local business nearby? They might still not have any presence on the web, especially if the business is run by an elderly. Or do you see any small problems that you can solve without too much effort? Not only that, there are thousands of free APIs on Google. Is there any that interest you? How can you integrate these to your project to solve real-world problems? Can you add any values to it? 2. Create something that's handy for yourself. If you can't think of a good project that's useful to the world, how about create something that's meaningful and practical to you? Is there anything that you do routinely or with repetition that you can automate with a click of a button? Do you manually keep a certain record or data on an Excel spreadsheet that you can possibly surface on a nice looking personal homepage? Doesn't even thinking about such thing get you excited? It doesn't really matter if someone has already done it on the internet. They certainly didn't do it the way you did. It's your chance to personalize it according to your flavor. For example, let me show you what I built for myself. I built my own bookkeeping app, and the best part of it is that it's completely automated with all of my bank accounts and credit cards integrated. I don't have to input any of my expenses manually. Let me briefly share you an anecdote of how I came to create this in the first place. So my wife is a very meticulous person. She used to do all of our household bookkeeping using a mobile app, but she had to put in numbers for whatever expense we had manually herself. Sometimes she'd ask me to give her my lunch receipts or even look at my credit card history. Of course, as a loyal, faithful husband who truly respects her and loves her, I looked into ways to reduce the manual labor and might as well keep our family economy fully transparent. That's when I found Plaid. Plaid is a fintech startup in San Francisco that builds a data transfer network powering fintech and digital finance products. For example, it provides your credit card transactions, bank account, and stock brokerage balances in the form of an API. The best part? It's free for the first 100 accounts. Even with my wife's bank accounts combined, we don't own 100 financial accounts. So what I did was create an account in Plaid, link all of our bank and investment accounts, start collecting the data in my own database, and whip up this website that not only keeps track of our expenses but also gives a month-to-month visual summary of them using charts. My wife and I use this every day to this day. The two of us are the only people who can log into this website, and as a Microsoft employee, I get a $150 credit to spend on Azure every month. Since there's no reason why the usage rate for the two of us goes above $150 a month, everything's hosted in the cloud virtually for free. The only thing I pay, $10 a year for a cheap domain URL. Like I mentioned earlier, there are websites and companies that provide a similar service already, but here's a few reasons why I decided to still create one myself. One, they're too slow. Connecting many financial accounts from various financial institutions real time takes a while to sync. Since I'm okay with having a few hour delay, I would periodically store the financial data to my own database and fetch the data off mine, which saves a huge amount of time. Two, you learn a lot. Remember the original purpose of starting your own project? It's to become a better developer. Start a fresh new project from scratch and complete it end to end. You'll be amazed in discovering how much you've learned since the start. Three, personalization and customization. You can personalize your website and customize the data however you like. The thing about a commercial website is that you have to use what they tell you to use, but you can define the feature you want in your own website. Four, you can do all this for free. I've deployed mine to Azure using Microsoft Employee Credit, but you can also achieve the same thing using Heroku and GitHub Pages. Check their websites out in the description below. Watch some YouTube videos on how to deploy and get your websites running for free using those. 5. It's fun. You're not working for someone. You're not helping your employer make money. You're helping yourself. You're having fun. You should be having fun working on your own personal projects. If you're not, then don't do it. Find a better project to work on. Here's the system architecture of how I implemented mine. Here's one on how you can implement yours. A background worker will periodically query Plaid, say every 3 hours or so, to get the financial data. It will store the results to my own database. Every time I log into my website, I will fetch my data stored in my database and present it. Very simple, right? To work on yours for free, you can host your front end on GitHub Pages, backend and background worker on Heroku, and use MongoDB for your database. Of course, this is only a suggestion and you can explore the free tiers on Amazon AWS and Microsoft Azure too if you want to be serious. The point is, be creative because it is possible to get all these working and running without paying anything. Just like the rich dad says, your mind is your greatest asset. Use it to work out the problems and come out with creative solutions. Finally, 5. Why is building a website important? 1. As I mentioned earlier, it'll help you learn coding significantly and become a better developer. 2. I find it to be the most effective and quickest way to learn programming while having fun. Lastly, 3. It will help you on your job search, especially if you are a new grad or looking for internships. For example, if you're a computer science student, what do you have on your resume that can prove you can code? Your GPA? Your courses? The best way to prove you're a capable coder is to simply show what you've done. And the best media medium to present your greatest accomplishments? A link to your website. If you're a prospective software engineer, check out the following videos or the description below. But most importantly, remember this: build good projects to get interviews, grind lead code to pass interviews, ace the interviews to get an offer. Finally, subscribe to access my brain for free. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.